Okay, this is our video review of Cloverfield. This year's epic, thrilling, mysterious movie. Okay, so we just got out of the movie, and I took notes, but it was too dark to see, so I can't really read what I wrote. So, this does contain spoilers, so look away if you don't want to know what this movie is about. Okay, first of all, it starts out at a party for this guy who's going to Japan. Actually, it starts out with him after the morning after he had sex with this girl. More on that later. And then they're throwing this party for him because he's going away. And that's when you meet HUD, who gets the camera and has to tape all these wedding type things for this guy. And during the party, he's outside, he's crying over something because Rob is kind of a bitch in this movie. And then there's this earthquake shattering explosion, there's an oil tanker dumped over, and there's oil spraying everywhere, and these, like, penguins are dying. And then, all this stuff starts to happen, and, all these bad things happen. Okay, so, my first, note I took down wasn't the first one. Oh, during the party they played Gorillas. I forget what song it was, but I just wrote that down. I knew that song. And, one thing you'll learn about this movie is bitches scream a lot. There's a lot of just screaming, and there was one funny part where this guy, he's walking kind of weird when there's, like, a lot of coughing. So if you see this movie, when you hear a ton of people coughing, look around for this guy who's walking weird, because that was kind of funny. Also, a secret side note, Rob's brother, I forget his name, it started with a J, but he was wearing a shirt, Jason at the party, he was wearing a shirt that said Slusho, which was a code name for the movie when they were making it, so it's a little secret before it's on IMDb. I got it first. Okay, after the bridge collapse that they were on, haha, spoiler, they're trying to get their phones, well, this was before that, so before that happened, they're trying to get their phones to work, and nobody's phone would work, except for Rob's worked. So, Rob has the exact same phone that Ricky had on the road trip, because he got a phone call from under the ocean in the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. Ricky got a phone call, and then Rob got a phone call when nobody else's phone worked, and in the subway. So,
yep,
there's
true
a little,
story.
or art imitating life, I guess.
Yeah. I could have been an actor in that movie.
Oh, the, previews that were played. Hellboy 2 or 3, I don't know.
Hellboy 2.
Hellboy 2. Jumper.
The Gold Team.
The Gold Team. I don't know. 10,000 BC. Doomsday. Charlie Bartlett. Iron Man. The Ruins. Star Trek. And Aladdin. That movie looks awesome. It's about this genie and some kid. But, okay, so his phone worked, and there's running all over the place, and HUD is making jokes. There was one funny part there. HUD said something funny. I forget what it was, though.
Me too. But I laughed at it. That's the only.
Yeah, Ricky loved HUD.
The
they were in a convenience store. No, not a convenience store, an electronics store, and they were stealing. They were looting. Rob had to steal a phone or something, check his voicemail. Phone battery. And they were watching TV, and SpongeBob was on. You could see sandy cheeks on the far left TV when they were watching what was happening in the city. And that's the first time you actually got to see the monster. Now, the monster... Okay, you describe the monster first, and then I'll describe it.
Okay, it was like this giant jumbo... It's a cross between an octopus and a squid. It was just like an alien monster that erupted after this, like, crude tank...
crude tank?
Crude
tank.
Oil.
Oil tanker?
Yeah. Like... sunk into the ocean, and then it threw the Statue of Liberty's head. Yeah.
Okay.
It really happened.
I don't think it really looked like it. I think it looked like a cross between a whale, a sloth, the creature from the Black Lagoon, a chicken, a pufferfish, Godzilla, an elephant, and a burn victim. And then, when it was walking, it was dropping these little spidery things that, I don't know, kind of reminded me of the Flood from Halo.
Kind of remind me of like 28 days later or weeks later. Like if you got attacked by it, you would be overcome by this, and you would eventually die.
Yeah, and then the one lady, Marlena, she got attacked by him, and then she started crying blood. which reminded me of Le Chiffre from Casino Royale, the newest James Bond movie, because he cried blood when he played poker, and he would cry when he was bluffing. But Beth was a slut.
Yeah,
and she's like slut. The whole movie is trying to just watch and find out. So after that, they're running around, and then Marlene explodes into blood, and
pretty gruesome scene.
Pretty gruesome. And then they go up, they walk up this building, they finally find who are they? Beth.
Yeah.
And she had this piece of steel sticking through her heart. And then they picked her up, and they went out to, I don't know, some JCPenney's or something. And then they were walking through, and they ran into these army guys. I don't know, it looked like a department store. But they went through these army guys, and all this stuff happened. Then they're in the helicopter, and they're flying away. They finally got away from it. And it was Rob, Hud, and Beth in the one helicopter, and then they're flying over the monster, and it was getting bombed by the stealth bomber, and then they think it dies, and it's all smoking, and it screams at the helicopter, and the helicopter is scared and crashes in Central Park. And then you see and you think, oh man, they're all dead, but then Hud picks up the camera, and Rob and them, they're walking around, and then the monster comes and bites Hud, and he kills him. And that's when you can see he has these two puffy things over here. And that's what made me think of a puffer fish and a chicken for him. And, yeah. There's lots of legal stuff happening. They steal a lot. He loots. He first steals the cell phone battery. And then when they're in the subway, they jump over the turnstile things to get in. And then they break open a vending machine and get some water. So I would recommend this only to juvenile delinquents, because this will give you ideas of things to do. And then, what else happens? The last scene of the movie part is them riding a Ferris wheel having a good time. But after that, you find out that the entire movie wasn't actually happened. It was all just the thoughts that were going through Robert Goulet's mind in the last few minutes until he died. So that's basically what the whole movie was about. So now, I give it, and I'd give it, I don't even know what our rating system would be, but I'd give it like 2 clicks below the highest rating, because I like the movie. Now Ricky, on the other hand.
Well, usually you give it 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. I give it all fingers down because it freaking sucked. It was a waste of my life. I almost clapped when it was over.
Throughout the entire movie, Ricky was telling me how horrible it was and how he was never going to see a movie ever again that I recommended. And he also saw Superbad and he hated it, so that shows you what kind of movies he likes and doesn't like. So I say go see this movie.
I say it's a waste of life. If you're going to go see it, you should just be in the movie yourself and hopefully survive. Maybe not. You could get killed by the evil monster.
Go check it out. It's a video review.
One other thing that we left out was the fact that the cameraman was so bad, it was like me filming, and I got nauseous during the film. Yeah. I almost threw up.
So, don't go see the movie if you get motion sickness or anything, but go see it.